To the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 125. The first setup was submitted by Henry. That poster is just screaming to be framed. You know how much better that would look? Now, one thing that was really depressing for me was that he had this awesome, nice shelf that blends in very well, but he has like nothing on it. It's like a really terrible use of such an awesome space. I feel like the monitors are placed in an odd spot. I mean, I get it. I used to do the same thing where because I'm not a gamer, so I don't care about the bezel being in the middle, and it was easier for my workflow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does gaming.
So wouldn't you want a primary and then a display off to the side? I just feel like it's sitting in a weird spot.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of having it behind my monitors because, you know, I have to stand up, go behind it, and I'm just, you know, lazy.
Henry scored a 75. The next setup was submitted by Benjamin. Like the secondary monitor, in this scenario, I don't hate it as much as I normally would for the fact that it's not touching his main display, and it's literally nothing but a static display off in the corner. It's right there in the photo he shows, like there's Spotify. I get that. I mean, if we're talking desktop, I think that it's just a tad cluttered, but for the most part, he had like the left side, you know, with all his little BBA and all that stuff. I don't think that was over the top, but I think it's the rest of the room. Like the third photo you see, he's got the computer, which, you know, that computer's throwback. For your age, I think this definitely is like a cool hangout room for 16 because he's got that, you know, that entertainment setup to the right, which is really nice with the couch and everything. So I like it. I understand you're working with what you have. Nothing wrong with that. I think you did a great job. Benjamin scored a 76. The next setup was submitted by Andrew.
I really liked mostly everything on the desk. I don't really know about the placement on with the car though. It's like an awkward placement right under the monitor. And otherwise, everything looks nice except the cable management. You know, that could get some work.
Then he's got this like PVC piping insulation tube coming out of the like. Why are you even trying to cable manage if your cables still look like that? I mean, and it's blue. Like, does that blend in with the wall? Like, am I missing something? What I would do to make this better is, I understand you're like, oh my God, I love my computer. It looks so good. But what you want to do is you want to put that on that dresser to the left side. But also the monitor isn't centered with the artwork above. So maybe you could shift everything to the left a little bit. Andrew scored a 75. The next setup was submitted by Sal.
I do not like the keyboard and the RAM and, you know, the processor box up on the top of the shelf. I feel like you could put a lot of better stuff over there. Maybe pop vinyls.
Is that like a statue of a dog wearing a tie?
That is exactly what it is.
And a top hat. Okay, I like that. Now the box for the 390, don't like that. Sal scored an 83. The next setup was submitted by Eric.
I'm not a big fan of this desk. I've had this desk before, and then the leg room, especially him being older, 41, you know, he's fully grown, so the leg room in this desk is horrible, and especially since you put those consoles on the left right there, that would kill it for me.
The desk is not ideal for this setup. You've made it work for sure. I give you major props there. You should be utilizing the other side of the desk. Obviously not this specific desk, but your monitors should be up against that wall. That'll give you more space. And then the right side is going to be the shorter one, and it's going to house all the accessories, the headphones, the controllers, the tablet, blah, blah, blah. That way you have more room for, you know, actually lounging out. Leg space will be a lot better. Eric scored an 81. The next setup was submitted by Gene. He was on episode 69, and basically his name's Gene, and he listened to what I said and made it better. So show that picture. Oh my God! Seriously, I don't know what I like rated him originally, but I was like, dude, just a little bit more and this setup will be perfect. And oh my God, I love it. See, this is an example of simplicity at its finest. He's got the single ultra wide, you know, all the cables are routed perfectly for the peripherals, really nicely usable. The tablet kind of didn't like that was shown. If anything, I would have liked if he had some sort of like stand or something. That would have helped. I feel like he should have better utilized the left wall and just had a headphone stand on the desk that would look beautiful, like aluminum or something like that. Janae scored a 94. The next setup was submitted by Ben.
First thing that I saw was, I'm pretty sure that's a laptop on that stand. I'm not sure if he has a reason for that, but I would definitely like a better placement for that. And then all those phones, I know you do review them, but I feel like there'd be a better spot for them.
He said that the laptop on the stand was his primary writing laptop. So I'm just trying to think, like, how do you write if it's over there? Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to take it on the go, but then you have the other laptop right there. That's kind of how I would expect it I don't understand that part of it. Out of sight, out of mind is not that good on the setup because he has all the random camera stuff off to the side, all the phones, everything's just kind of placed all over. But I think the usability is also a little off because of where he's sitting in comparison to where his monitors are. He's off to the right. His hand where his mouse is basically fisting the freaking PC case. It's just like, I don't understand why it's so close to that. Your keyboard should be centered with the opening of the Alex shelf. That's the whole point of having the Alex shelf. It's a riser for your monitors. You're not supposed to sit away from it. You're supposed to sit smack dab in the middle.
The things behind the monitors, those are speakers, right? Okay, I feel like those could be better placed, you know, because they're hitting the back of the monitor.
Ben scored a 76. The next setup was submitted by Brian. Goddamn, this guy's got the statue things. He's got looks like some artwork above to the left. I mean, that's some cool. That stuff's probably expensive as shit.
Well, the theme is amazing with the Gears of War.
Yeah.
You scored pretty much maybe a 10 on that. I'm not sure. That's like the best thing you scored on.
Yeah.
And then not a fan of the PC. I don't know. I just don't like that. I mean, personally, that's just me. I mean, if you love it, you know, it's your setup. And then besides that, the wire management needs a lot of work.
Have it displayed the way you do doesn't really help. Now, if everything was inverse to where that computer was off to the left side and the cables are coming out, it wouldn't be that big of a deal because you could come up with a way to kind of hide it. You're going to want to get a desk that doesn't suck balls because this desk sucks big balls.
Oh, yeah.
You want to be able to have something that you can easily either, you know, if you're going to build a desk, I would definitely recommend sort of like a fake wall, so you know everything falls down and you have something covering it. That way, if you don't want to do, because you said you don't like cable management basically, so you can just kind of have it hang out, and that's not the end of the world. Brian scored a 68. The next setup was submitted by Will. It's just a very underwhelming setup. It really is. The Razer laptop I think is cool. Obviously the desk is so small, so it has to be shelved behind the monitor, and that's one thing I didn't like.
Well, the first thing about theme that I saw is the different colors. He's got, you know, the green with Razer, and then he has the red, and then the fan is blue. And it's, unless you're going for rainbow, it's just a little much. Maybe you could, you know, get things that match. I mean, unless that's what you're going for. I could tell you like Star Wars, maybe put more Star Wars stuff around your setup.
Will scored an 82. The final setup was submitted by Felipe, but it just comes down to the monitor, the printer, computer, even just the computer paper being shown, and then the desk. It just dates this setup way too much because you look at the right side and he's got a dope TV. The entertainment center looks pretty damn good. Maybe you should rearrange the room altogether. Normally, the desk and entertainment center don't touch each other. They're on opposite walls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think maybe if we could see the rest of the room, the entertainment center can go on one wall. The desk can be centered on the wall that it's at now. You get a bigger desk. You have a shelf above with all the Pokeballs open. You can put all the little figures and stuff like that. Felipe scored a 63. Janae walked away with first place, getting a 94. Thanks for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 125.